After an incredible 5 days exploring Ontario, we hopped in our rental car and made the 5-hour drive from Toronto to Ottawa. We stopped for a quick Subway sandwich and bathroom break along the way. But of course, we still hit some traffic. Typical, right? We headed straight to our hotel. When we made our booking online, there were very few choices left in the downtown or near Parliament Hill area. Turns out 2 big conventions were going on during our stay. But we lucked out. Our hotel ended up being super walkable to everything. Just a heads up though, book early to get the best deal. Trust us, it'll make all the difference. Before we go to Ottawa, please help out the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing for more travel adventures. First evening in Ottawa. After we finally arrived and checked into our hotel, we decided to wander around ByWard Market. It's such a lively spot. There are tons of restaurants, cafes, and little shops to explore. We were super hungry after the drive, so we found this cozy pub that looked inviting. The vibe was just what we needed to relax and recharge. We grabbed some pub food and enjoyed a nice chat over dinner. Afterward, we figured we'd keep the night going and took a leisurely stroll by the Rideau Canal. Honestly, if you haven't seen it lit up at night, you're missing out. The lights reflecting on the water were gorgeous, and it felt so peaceful walking along the canal. It was the perfect way to wrap up our first evening in Ottawa. Day 1, exploring downtown Ottawa. Kick off your first day in Ottawa with a visit to Parliament Hill, the heart of Canadian government. The Gothic architecture is stunning. When we went there in September, the interior tours were closed due to renovations, and we ended up trying the immersive tour instead. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. It's really not worth the time. But you can still enjoy the beautiful grounds and check out the changing of the guard ceremony if it's happening that morning. After that, take a stroll over to the National War Memorial. It's such a powerful site filled with history, and it's a great place to reflect on Canada's past. When lunchtime rolls around, there are plenty of local eateries around Elgin Street, or you can head back to ByWard Market for some more delicious options. After lunch, make your way to the National Gallery of Canada. The art collections are breathtaking, and you definitely can't miss the giant spider sculpture out front. It's a cool sight to take some photos. If you're into history, consider crossing the river to Gatineau and checking out the Canadian Museum of History. It's packed with exhibitions about Canada's past and its diverse cultures. To wrap up your day, enjoy dinner at a cozy restaurant by the canal. It's the perfect way to unwind after a day of exploring. The next morning, start your day at Rideau Hall, the official residence of the Governor-General of Canada. You can take a guided tour, but we didn't get the chance since we were driving to Montreal in the early afternoon. Instead, we just drove by and walked around the grounds a bit, soaking in the beautiful scenery. Before we headed out, we also made a stop at Notre Dame Cathedral. It's absolutely stunning inside and out, definitely worth a visit. If you have more time, consider exploring the area around the cathedral, as there are lovely shops and cafes nearby. The architecture is beautiful, and it's a great place to grab a coffee and people watch. If you're interested in more history, the Canadian Museum of Nature is a fantastic option, showcasing incredible exhibits about the natural world, including dinosaurs and mammals. Another great spot is Major's Hill Park, which offers peaceful green space with gorgeous views of the Parliament buildings and the Ottawa River. It's the perfect place to relax and enjoy the scenery. If you're visiting during the warmer months, renting a bike to ride along the Rideau Canal or hopping on a boat tour is a fantastic way to see the city from the water. With so much to explore, you'll definitely want to carve out extra time to enjoy all that Ottawa has to offer. When it comes to finding a place to stay in Ottawa, if you're up for spending a little more, I'd recommend looking for hotels near Parliament Hill. You're right in the heart of the action. If money isn't a concern, the Fairmont Chateau Laurier is definitely the choice. Of course, there's the Westin Ottawa. Both are fantastic choices if you want a touch of luxury. But if you're trying to keep costs down, don't worry. There are plenty of other hotels that won't break the bank. You can find some great options in downtown Ottawa or around the university, so you'll still be close to all the fun. If you've never been to Ottawa, I'd say 2 to 3 full days would be ideal. There's just so much to see and do. Whether you're diving into the history, soaking up the vibrant culture, or just enjoying the lovely views, you'll find plenty to keep you entertained in this charming city. Trust me, it'll be a trip to remember. So, have you been to Ottawa? Or are you planning a trip there? Maybe you even live in Ottawa. We'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to follow us on the rest of our Eastern Canada trip, plus all our other adventures.